To say that I'm excited to do this video is probably an understatement. I'm getting a KFC this week and I love KFC, and I'm more excited about doing this video than I am about getting that KFC. Guys, my name is Omar. I'm a photographer and a filmmaker, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about this beast, this bad boy, my camera rig. I don't know if it's a DSLR. I don't know if a GH5 is a DSLR or not, so if anyone who's watching this knows, you can maybe leave it in the comment section to answer that question. But guys, today I'm going to be talking about this bad boy right here. It's heavy, by the way. This is heavy. Ugh. Okay, cool. We'll just leave it at that. So guys, I have been building this rig for probably the past 2 years now. And the reason why I've been building this rig is for two reasons. One, I like to go to clients with an impressive rig. I want them to know that what they're spending their money on is worth it. And unfortunately, first impressions matter in this industry. And if somebody's paying you like 5 grand and you turn up with a DSLR, they're gonna think that you're pretty much scamming them, which sucks, by the way. So whereas if you turn up with this, they're gonna be like imagine you turn up with this, they're gonna be like, all right, cool. That's why we're spending 5 grand. This guy's a professional. So yeah, that is one of the reasons why I've been building this rig. But another reason as well is that I have found over the years that I have needed a lot of these components, these things. By the way, everything on this rig is linked down below, okay? So yeah, I have found that I've needed all of these things at one point in time. So I thought, well, I may as well just start building my rig, because I find that like if I'm doing an event, the battery, for example, is dying really quickly, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to change the battery, but I'm mid-shoot. So I need a big-ass, a big-ass battery like this. And then I'm like, okay, I need to hook it up. So then it all kind of builds and builds and builds. But yeah, guys, so let's get started. Before I get into this, make sure you like this video, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram. My photo presets are on sale, so check them out if you want to. And once again, all the links to everything in this are linked down below. Right, guys, so I want to first of all start with, let's start with the camera cage, because this is what is hooking pretty much everything up. So this here is a small rig camera cage. Most of the stuff on this is actually small rig. So this is a small rig camera cage. Now, why did I buy this camera cage? So this camera cage was mostly bought to absorb the shock of impact when I drop my camera, because I have a tendency to drop my camera quite a bit. If I get overly excited, I run to something to get a picture or a video clip, I tend to trip, drop the camera. So I wanted something that would absorb the shock of the impact of the camera, just so that I could get a few years out of the camera. Luckily, I haven't dropped this camera once since I bought it, but having the camera cage, it just helps with like that added safety, and it looks cool too. With that camera cage comes the small rig handle. And this handle, for me, it's just like, I don't like holding the camera like this from the side. It hurts my palm. So I wanted something that I could just grab onto. And this handle does perfectly. It's very tight as well. I find that I do have to tighten it every once in a while, especially if I've used it a lot. But I mean, I'm not complaining. Also, there's no like rubber on it or anything, but it's still quite comfy. So yeah, no complaints there. So what is attached to this cage? We'll talk about the monitor first. This monitor, by the way, is my baby. I love it to death. This is a Portkeys monitor. So you have an expensive version, which is like, I think 500-600 quid. And then you have this. This was about maybe 150 quid, I think. And honestly, worth every penny. I don't know why this is super cheap, but I'm not gonna complain. So this, by the way, the batteries, I have a Canon 70D, and it takes the Canon 70D batteries. So I have like 10 of those, and each battery lasts, if you're shooting like all day continuously, about 3 hours. If you're not, it'll last you like an entire day, maybe even 2 days, man, on and off. So yeah, perfect. Now, the main reason why I bought this monitor, I was using a Viltrox monitor before, which was a piece of garbage, by the way. Do not purchase that. I need to actually change the links to that because I don't want it anywhere on my channel. But the main reason why I bought this monitor was because you can install LUTs in this. So for those of you who don't know what LUTs are, I don't know what the thingy, what it stands for, but it's basically like you apply like the color grade onto the, like it's like a preset, a color grade preset. You apply it onto the clip and there you go, you got the color grade. So the reason why I bought this is because I film on a flat picture profile and I find it so hard to expose when I'm trying to film on a flat picture profile. Now, I love filming on a flat picture profile because it gives me more versatility in post when it comes to grading. So this monitor does that. You can monitor what you are filming with a LUT installed. This actually comes with LUTs installed already, so I didn't have to install anything. It comes with a bunch, but the main one for me is the Fujifilm LUT. So this comes with a Fujifilm LUT on it, and I love that like old school film look. So I always monitor what I'm filming on that LUT. It's fantastic. It's a godsend. It allows me to expose perfectly, especially on sunny days, which is very rare in Scotland, but it's a sunny day today. So next up is the matte box. Now, I'm gonna cut this one short. This is a, I forgot what this is called actually, but it is linked down. I can't believe I forgot what this is. Tilta. This is a Tilta. A Tilta matte box mini, I think it's called. I have this just for aesthetic. It doesn't really do anything else for me apart from just, it looks aesthetically pleasing. I think every customer, if you have a matte box, are gonna be like, yo, that's so professional, man. So yeah, that's the reason why I have this. I mean, I guess it helps with like sun rays and stuff as well, but it's very rare to have a sunny day in Scotland, and when it is, I like to take advantage of the fact that there are sun flares and stuff coming into the image. So yeah, but I guess it has its purpose when it needs to. But it is mostly just for aesthetics. So yeah, it's awesome. I like it. I like having that little bit of zest in my on my rig. So next up is the follow focus or pull focus. Can't remember what it's called. I'm so bad at this. I just woke up about half an hour ago, by the way. So yeah, this is a Cooltron pull focus, and I don't use this that much unless this rig is on a tripod where I basically just have one hand. The reason why I keep this on my rig though is because I lose my components quite a lot very quickly, and I just can't be bothered buying more and more and more because I end up finding what I lost like a week later. So I just have this on the rig so that I don't lose it, and it looks nice as well, you know. And if I ever do need it, then I have it on there because I have resorted to using it every once in a while. But yeah, when I'm not using it, it is on the right hand side. I mostly use my fingers to like focus, so I need to have this completely empty for that. I use my thumb and my middle finger for it, but if I ever need it, it goes on the other side, and then I can just go like, so I'm basically doing this like, so I've got the camera like that, and I'm pull focusing, follow focusing, pull focusing, whatever. So yeah, that is what that is for. Next up here, we have a small rig handle or grip. Now this is really good for those mid shots like this, all right? I like to film a lot like that, but every once in a while when I do need to film like this, so that not everything is like everyone, you know, not everyone looks like super intimidating, I'll have it like, or sometimes, you know, just like that. Got the monitor here, I'm just filming like this instead of holding it here. It's nice. It also helps distribute the like the weight evenly so that I'm not getting so much shake. But what I tend to do is I tend to hold this up against my chest and then have my hand here and then just film like that. Does the job. Very cheap as well. I find myself having to tighten this a lot, but you know, it's honestly not that big of a deal. I think I spent like 50 quid on it, so if I'm buying cheap stuff, I'm not gonna complain, you know? So, next up we have here, I think these are 12-inch small rig rods with a freaking plate. A small rig plate here, so the plate attaches to the cage, and then the, what do you call it? The rods attached to the plate. And then the battery, this was my final thing. This actually arrived like a couple weeks ago. This is a lifesaver for me. I have like 10 GH5 batteries, and like I think 9 or 8 of them are fake. So after a week they just stopped working, which was so annoying because I have like 2 more. I shoot a lot of like 100 frames per second stuff, and the battery just drains like that. So I was like, okay, I'm sick and tired of carrying around like 12 batteries with me. I need just one battery that's gonna last forever. So I bought this bad boy here. So this is a V-Lock battery. It's a KYTD BP65 or 65, and yeah, it mounts onto this V mount here, and this, so basically it clips onto that, and then you plug this wire in, and then there's a dummy battery. So this comes, so not the battery, but the mount comes with a dummy battery. So the dummy battery hooks onto the mount here, which is getting powered by the battery. Put it into the camera, and then it starts up the camera. So this thing also, by the way, it helps to like kind of counterbalance, because before the lens was quite heavy, so it's very front heavy. This has like a nice counterbalance, so like, you know, it is pretty much balanced. If I'm like walking and I'm filming, instead of it being like this, it's now like a nice kind of, you know, it gives it like a nice flowy motion, because the battery does add as a counterweight. But also, I get so much life, so much more battery life out of this battery. I don't have to worry about like anything, man. I can go for like this is lasting a couple days. It takes a day to like charge up, but super worth it. And that, guys, is pretty much it for my rig. I have a Sigma 18 to 35 f1.8 art lens on this camera. Beautiful. The GH5 itself is a fantastic camera, because the in-body image stabilization is fantastic, because the lens actually doesn't have image stabilization on it. So that helps a lot, man, and you get really stable like footage from this camera. So, you know, it's perfect. It is a bit heavy, I'm not gonna lie. If I was doing like a job that didn't pay that much, I probably wouldn't take this entire thing with me. But if I'm doing a job where it's a long shoot, I've taken this already to a few places. If I'm doing a job that's like a long shoot, I'm gonna take this entire thing with me. Also, bear in mind, if I have like a photographer on the shoot with me, I like to kind of impress, you know, put it on socials, people start taking you seriously. And I don't know, man, it sucks to say this, but I think if image wasn't a thing, I think everyone would shoot on, well, I say everybody, I'm talking about like most filmmakers who aren't doing like the huge budget projects. I think they would probably still film on DSLRs, but yeah, it is one of those things. If you want people to take you seriously, you kind of need to start taking yourself seriously as well. But yeah, I don't know, I love my little rig. I love filmmaking so much, so for me, even if I didn't need this, I'd probably still do it anyways, because I don't know, it's just like, it's just something, you know. So yeah, guys, this here is my rig. Once again, I'll give you like a good preview here. But guys, once again, everything is linked down below, so go check it out if you need to. This rig will work for like most DSLRs. Obviously, give or take a few things which you might have to adapt, like change to adapt to your camera, but for the most part, yep, everything will work. Enjoy. Make a cool ass rig, man, and enjoy filmmaking, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.